the title really about the work package for its food processing and product innovation. And I'm from the Department of Department of Consumer and Food Science, University of Pretoria, from South Africa here. Next slide, please. Okay, the aim and objectives of this work package is really to develop safe and nutrient-dense cereal, pulse, root, fruit-based ingredients, as well as food product to tackle both malnutrition for both children and adults. And I'm sure a lot of us, I mean, in work package two, Caleb has mentioned a lot about nutrition. Okay, so here we are going to develop these food products that can tackle these malnutrition issues that is happening in Africa as well as in Europe. And the specific objectives here, we will try to develop 5 high quality food ingredients for manufacturing of healthy food product. And we will look at about 7 affordable and convenient food prototypes. For example, snacks, pasta, instant food, bakery product, meat substitute to meet dietary requirement established in work package 2. And we will look at the nutritional quality of the ingredient as well as the food product. We will look at the functionality, the sensory quality, and shelf life of the ingredient and the food prototypes. And then once we establish our potential about the food prototype and the food ingredients, we will send the data for value chain analysis to look at business development models of the food and the food ingredient that we are manufacturing, as well as looking at consumer studies. And then once work package 1 establish these aspects, there will be also, we will provide these information to the technology toolbox so that it can be shared with the consumers as well as SMMEs, okay, so that there is potential of business development. And as well as we want to show in the technology toolbox that the technologies that we are using is really about efficient minimal processing technologies, where we're using green technology, where we are having high quality and nutritious food, as well as convenient and safe food. Next slide, please. Okay, the partners that are involved in this work package is University of Pretoria. It's myself here, and there are lots of other colleagues, and there are lots of students, and they are attending the webinar today. And they're from VTT. The 2 main scientists involved there is Emilia and Natalia. And from NOFIMA, the main scientist is Trond there. And from NOFIMA is from Norway, and VTT is Finland. And from Ethiopia, we got Addis Ababa University, as well as we got Guts Agro, which is a company that is involved in this work packages. Okay, and at AAU, Addis Ababa University, Paulos is the main contact person here, there. Yeah. And the University of Helsinki is also heavily involved. And we got Indigwa that just explained to you as work package 3, and then we got Katina also, and also Pekka who is involved. And we also got the French team from Super Agro and INA, and the 2 ladies there are Valérie Mika and Valérie Lilien. And also we got 1 company from Belgium, Puratos, a well-known worldwide company, and the person involved there is Jan Merton. And we also have Makerere University, and the person involved there is Yusuf Bayuranga. And we also got 1 company in South Africa involved, which is Delphius Technologies. Next slide, please. Okay, so how does work package 4 involved? In the center here as an orange one, you will see we are looking at energy efficient processing technologies, where we are going to look at novel and healthy food ingredient, as well as novel and healthy convenient foods. And if you look on your left-hand side here, where it's coming from work package 3, where Indigwa has explained to us a lot of the agricultural produce or plants that is going to be developed, and we will empower the farmers to produce these agricultural produce. It's local cereal grains like sorghum, millet, and teff. We got the root crop, mostly orange fresh sweet potato here, and we got some vegetables. Also, for example, amaranth leaves, and we also have bananas there. And in grains, legume grains or pulses, I think yesterday was a Pearls Day, if I'm not, and we had quite a few uh, messages that was going around about the Pearls Day. And here we are for the pulses, we are working on cowpea and Bambara groundnut. Okay, and the food that we are going to manufacture in work package 4, it will have impact on addressing the malnutrition and diet-related non-communicable diseases, which is going to be a lot addressed in work package 2. And also we want to make sure that we have a consumer driven and value chain analysis for enterprise development for work package 1. Okay, these, you can see these two on the right hand side, and on top, when we are processing food, there will be a lot of side stream, and these side stream can be used for biopackaging for work package 5, which one of our colleagues will discuss after my work package. And all the development that's going to happen in work package 4, we are going to translate it into some communication, okay, as well as training. Next slide, please. Okay, in terms of what we are going to do now, in terms of healthy food ingredient, we will have a lot of flour, for example, orange fresh sweet potato flour, amaranth leaves flour, and banana flour. And these we are going to use some technologies, for example, solar dryer, infrared, microwave, and radio frequency. These are quite novel type technologies. They can be quite adapted and quite easily used by small and medium enterprises, and they are also very energy efficient. And we chose orange fresh sweet potato. Why? Because it can provide beta carotene, and beta carotene or provitamin A to address the vitamin A deficiency in Africa. At the same time, orange fresh sweet potato flour can be a very good ingredient for baby food as a complementary food because it has a low viscosity. And the third thing about orange fresh sweet potato is that it is gluten-free, and most of the material that we are going to work in the project here are gluten-free, and gluten-free has a substantial demand in Europe. So it can have a very good export market if we manufacture these ingredient as well as the product that we are going to talk, that I will talk about for the European market. Amaranth leaves flour or amaranth grain flour as well as banana flour also very important, and this is going to mostly be manufactured by our Ugandan partner from Makerere University. Okay. And amaranth leaves and amaranth flour also is high protein in content. Okay, and banana flour is very good in terms of also a gluten-free material. And these flour can be used for complementary food. We will use it in pasta making and extruded snack as well as porridges. We are also working on fat replacer using green chemistry and technology for clean labeling. Okay, this is mostly done in South Africa here, and it's very important also one way to really tackle the diet-related non-communicable diseases, especially obesity. And here we are trying to see how these fat replacers can be incorporated in high energy dense food, which is high in fat especially. And we're also working on high protein amaranth, bambara, and cowpea flour. Here it's going to be used mostly in complementary food, okay, as well as in meat analog. And the meat analog part will be mostly done by VTT group. Okay, and then also we are looking at how to produce low GI flours from sorghum, teff, millet, bambara, groundnut, and cowpea, but again by green chemistry and by technology that we are going to use. And these flours can have a high value in terms of commercial value, which can have a high demand and can be used for people in the diet for type 2 diabetes, for example. And our French partner is working also in lower anti-nutrient content of the flours, for example, sorghum and cowpea that contain anti-nutrient flours. And we're also looking at fermented flours, where we are going to look at lactic acid fermented flours for sorghum and teff. And teff, I'm sure about our Ethiopian partner, is very important in injera making process, and injera is a fermented product making from fermented flours. And down here, you can see a lot of pictures from the banana that is going to be used, the orange fresh sweet potato, and the third picture from the left-hand side is orange fresh sweet potato flour, and completely on your right-hand side, these are the fat replacers that we are talking about that was manufactured from maize starch, the top one on your left, and the bottom one is also from teff starch, which is very small in granule, and these are very important for having some very good mouthfeel. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, in terms of healthy food product, the project is really envisaging to really manufacture high fiber and high protein expanded snacks. I'm sure everybody knows that there is a lot of expanded snack in the market, but unfortunately these expanded snack firstly are high GI and also quite high in salt. So we are trying to see here how we can incorporate fiber and protein to make it more nutrient dense rather than energy dense. Okay, the same thing we will try to do with the instant porridge, making more nutrient dense porridge using the food ingredient that I mentioned earlier on. We are also going to make pasta, which is a very convenient food, and we also look at texturized vegetable protein so that we can have TVP in terms of how we are going to use it in culinary science, for example, like in burgers, for example. Okay. And we're also looking at convenient food in terms of quick cooking cereal grains and legume grains and grits, as well as we will look at baked goods. And here, most of the partners are involved. And the pictures that we have here, you will see there at bottom left-hand side, there are cowpea grain. Okay, bottom middle is another cowpea grain. Okay, and then completely on the right-hand side, we have bambara groundnut. And the top right-hand side, there is quite common is the sorghum. Next slide, please. Okay, after we finish manufacturing this product or during whenever we have an manufacturing there, we will just look at technology toolbox and knowledge sharing. There will be energy efficient processing. We will work a lot of looking at the technology that we are using. How is it energy efficient? We will make sure that it is nutrient dense, as I mentioned. We will also look how these products can be incorporated in small and macro food processing companies. And we will also look at how to transfer some of the technologies that we have developed, as well as value chain analysis. And we will also have some training. Okay, and also we will have some feedback on processing abilities of these cereal and legume grains. And sorry, one of the legume grains that we are going to use is also faba beans here. We will be done by Ethiopia mostly. Okay, and also we'll look at the byproduct that can be used in the packaging strategy with work package 5. Next slide, please. Okay, thank you very much. It was short but brief what we are going to do in work package 4. Thank you very much, Alima.